show called Living. I'm Gary Graffman. I'm so happy to be on this show called Living the Classical Life, and I look forward to our discussion.
This is Chopin's Fantasie Impromptu.
Ah, okay.
Chopin.
Yeah.
So, with the left hand, Steve,
Left hand
could you
is...
could you show me your right hand? Could you show me the right hand how it goes, Steve?
Yes, certainly. Tony, it goes, oh, it's down there, but can I just...
Yes, Steve.
I'll play it there.
Mr. Graffman, it's such a delight to welcome you onto our show.
Like that, okay,
Okay,
Tony?
Steve.
Being part of our
So it's
project
two for
and
each.
also for welcoming us into your beautiful home.
I'm very happy to meet all of you.
Having seen all the changes in the music world that you have, what does it take today to form
Stephen.
and foster a first-rate talent as a well-rounded artist?
F sharp.
Well, first-rate talent should be discovered
One off, Mr.
early,
Note, Steve.
and that's the most important
Okay,
thing.
so-
In other words, people who, let's say, had no background at home in music, at the age of 16 suddenly hear something.
Good, and then the A.
Symphony,
A sharp.
No, just ordinary A.
start
F
getting
sharp.
interested.
Yeah.
Say, oh yeah, I want to learn the violin or piano or what have you. Sure, they can learn something.
C sharp again.
But it's
Yeah.
too late. It's like,
B sharp.
I'm told, a
E
tennis player
sharp, then
has to
C
be
sharp,
developed
then the
early,
left hand,
a
yeah.
swimmer.
C sharp.
In sports, all the sports.
C sharp.
Most.
And B. That'd be flat.
And
Just a B.
B.
there are certain, doctor can explain it, muscle coordination or,
And then
God
A.
knows what, that you do
F sharp and
automatically.
A.
So,
So
you start
just take the
early.
camera back a bit.
Yeah.
Steve.
Go.
Then what do you need? You need a teacher.
You
You need a good teacher.
So
To
yeah,
you.
that was
It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody famous.
That's the one I'm working on.
I mean,
Oh.
each case is different. And you need parental
Zachary
support,
David.
Oh,
but not too much.
I love Zachary David, as you know.
yes.
You know,
Stars of Victory
that's one of the problems in
portraits.
China. Make them practice 10 hours a day.
Yes.
Whatever.
Only 10 hours.
Oh,
This is why
So I'm just thinking on this, Stephen, it's the
Curtis Juilliard viewing
Yes,
every
Hungarian
conservatory
Rhapsodie.
here and in Europe are Asian. If a Chinese, I mean, you shouldn't generalize, but if a Chinese kid at the age of 4 or 5 shows some talent in anything, whether playing the violin or playing tennis, the parents, it's something a little more than his friends. They're one step above. Then they can, who's supposed to be the best teacher in Wuhan, if they're in Wuhan, then gets another step. Well, there's a conductor, an orchestra there. The conductor wants the talented
Yeah.
kids. He
Getting
wants
Rhapsody
nobody.
number 6, Franz Liszt.
And then they right away will end up in the whatever it's not called pre-college, but whatever it's called,
Well done.
no, less than undergraduate, when they're very young, in Shanghai and Beijing, are the main conservatories, and get the most intensive work you can imagine. And the parents will, whether they're studying tennis or piano, will make them practice all day long. I mean, there are exceptions, obviously.
If the talent has to be discovered early on, is there a risk in doing too much too soon? Too many concerts, too many competitions?
Oh yeah, I was totally against competitions, except, well, example, I didn't allow Lisztand to play competitions. He would just scream and cry and carry on, so I let him go to one. But he followed my advice. And same with Yuja Wang. Not because, well, the main reason was they didn't need to. Why do you go to competitions? It's not just the money, you win X $1,000, but you have concerts, managers.
Just do that again, Stephen, please.
People conducting might hear you. It might be the beginning of a career. Even in a small competition, but so in a small area, you'll play with the local orchestra, and maybe you'll be re-engaged, and then other people will hear you. But if you don't need that, in other words, when I had, conductors, listen to them, because I I played with most of the conductors who were around. And when they'd be in town, guest conducting the Philadelphia Orchestra or conducting here, the kid could come up here and play for them. And they were impressed and were going to engage them either right away or a year later or whatever. So why bother? If you go to competitions, you always have to work on what you think you're playing best. And then you're not learning your repertoire. Because 6 months later, there's a competition. So, well, you don't want to play what you just learned in these 6 months because it's not ready yet. But what you learned 2 years ago. So you end up playing the same repertoire. It doesn't work sometimes. With Hao Chen, Zhang Hao Chen, Hao Chen Zhang, who just played with Philadelphia Orchestra last week. He also, everybody said he's terrific. Manager said, oh, he's wonderful, but I have too many pianists on my list. The conductor said, I want to hear him again in 2 years because he's a big talent. But they didn't engage him right away. So he went to the Clyburn competition. I had no objection to that. He had nothing to lose because nobody offered him anything. He got the gold medal, and so it worked that way. Each case, you can't, it's special for each person. Each person plays differently and has a different career.
Can you, as the teacher, influence or foster the individual voice of your students?
That's our job, and that's what we try to do. This, probably without thinking about it, because many people have asked me this question, and Horowitz probably caused the answer, which is, when I played for him, he never went to the piano to
Okay,
show
that's Hungarian
me
Rhapsodie
anything.
number 6, Franz Liszt. Thank you very much,
Because
Stephen.
I guess